This is Mark Whitten.
This is Adam MacArthur.
This is Ann Yatko.
This is Molly Chung.
Hey everybody, this is Michael Yurchak.
This is Daquan Wilshire.
This is Lexi Nieto.
This is Rico Fajardo, and you're watching.
And you're listening to Spoiler Force Podcast. Set your heart ablaze.
All right, so this is episode 195 of Spoiler Force Podcast. My name is Ricky. Thank you for tuning in. We only got 5 more episodes left before I am completely done podcasting. If you have not heard, if you're not up to speed yet, I've been announcing this since like episode 192, 193-ish. This podcast is ending on episode 200, or is going to end at 200. I'm still working on getting a guest for episode 199 for some reason. It's like halfway there, halfway not. I got to just figure out times and dates. I'm not going to announce who it is yet because that's going to be a big one for me. Also, the finale's already been, I have the finale set already of who's going to be on the final podcast for Spoiler Force. I'll have Julian from the Cartoon Chronicles and Brandon from the Animation Destination on the show for the finale. Also, I got done recording with Mix in the Dark not too long ago. That episode will drop as soon as I get done with these Rick and Morty stuff, which we only have, we're on season 6, so we only have season 7 and 8 left. So I'm going to try to get that out as soon as I can, but most likely it'll be in January when that episode drops. If you don't know Mix in the Dark, she is a podcast host as well. She shares scary stories, and most of it's like monk stories. But we had a great conversation. I can't wait to share that one. It's going to be a fun one to look out for. So go check out Mix in the Dark. Go check out Cartoon Chronicles. And go check out Animation Destination. Those are the plugs right there. So with only 2 more seasons left of Rick and Morty, I can't believe we've gotten this far already. Season 6, holy shit. This one, I got to say, I you said it in the last episode too, like, these last couple seasons here are the ones that we remember the most. Like, it's always like these, like, it's all the funny bits,
Yeah.
And for season 6, this first half, man, I really liked this first half of season 6. What did you think, Bobby?
Good. There's a lot of memorable episodes, few and far, but like I said, they're just a lot of just funny episodes. They're just funny. Like, this is, we'll get into it, but like I said, the callback to Roy game comes into play. So that's hilarious. And then what is it? The Space Beth story and everything. And then even it just started with episode 1 where they just do remember, this is during the time when Marvel was still going through. So it just pokes fun at Marvel right away, right off the bat.
Yeah, with Endgame.
Yeah, the Endgame. Yeah, do that thing where it records. Did you trying to say like Tony Stark's tech?
So pretty much, the format, if you have not checked out the other episodes that me and Bobby's done for Rick and Morty, the format is we talk about our pilot, or we talk about the premiere episode and the finale, but then in the middle we talk about our favorite episodes. So go check out the other ones too. So yeah, let's start with this premiere, Bobby. The premiere for season 6 picks up right after season 5, the amazing finale for season 5, where evil Morty escapes and he leaves the rift open.
Yeah.
And then you have Rick and Morty and the that's little space shuttle or space port of the
like the Citadel.
Yeah, that's part of the Citadel, right? Like you have all these Mortys eating each other. They're going feral.
Trying to survive, yeah. Yeah, they're going feral. And he's doing the dialogue from the end games, just like Iron Man was doing, like leaving the video recording for Pepper.
That was hilarious, man. Just seeing how Rick and Morty, like, they're all like sickly and they're pretty close to death. Space Beth comes to save them. She's the Captain Marvel of this episode. Love that they brought back. I gotta say, Space Beth has become one of my favorite characters since her introduction. Like, she's always there in the most random episodes, Yeah. And so, like, some episodes, like, you don't think she's there, and then next thing you know, like the next 2 or 3 episodes, she's just like lazing around with the family. She's just around them, and then she leaves.
She's there.
Yeah. So they get saved by Space Beth, and I don't know. This also makes me think of when I was living with you, man. Like, when they get back home, Beth gives them the plate of sandwiches.
And then Rick is like warning him, like, "Oh, you haven't eaten in a while. Your body might go into shock. We gotta have the robot eat your food for you." And then he does it for Morty, and then Rick is like, "I'm just gonna risk it," and he eats.
Yeah, he eats the sandwiches. He gives Morty the mushed up sandwich from Digestabot.
Digested food.
And he just eats the sandwich himself. Dude, I love this beginning of the episode. It's just so funny. It's just like how you see Morty's face, like he doesn't want to eat it, but he's
Yeah.
eating it, and then
And then
Rick's
even
eating the
when
whole
Rick
sandwich.
eats it, yeah, when
Yeah.
Rick eats it, he has that look on his face like, "What the fuck, man?"
Rick has to reset the portal gun because it got destroyed. And this is a lot of callbacks. If you have to be invested in Rick and Morty to remember the stuff that they bring back in this premiere episode. So you see that like
Oh,
Rick,
well, he resets the port of fluid because
yeah,
that's what he messed up was the fluid, like,
yeah,
because that's what was screwing up at the end. He sabotaged the fluid.
yeah, because evil Morty messed it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So Rick had to fix it, but he ended up resetting them instead of the
Yeah,
gun.
he didn't reset portal fluid. He reset portal travel or travelers, not
Yeah.
the lines.
So they
And then they
freaking
start blinking.
yeah. So they start glowing, and then that's when you find out that Jerry is the wrong Jerry.
Yeah, and then he's all like, "Oh, are we gonna die?" He goes, "No, you're not gonna die. You're just not gonna exist in this time." And then he's like, "That is dying."
And then like Rick's like, "Oh, hey, we gotta get going. We gotta get going to the countdown." He gets ready to
Yeah.
go, and like, there's still like 30 seconds left. It's
Well,
like,
oh yeah, he's just like telling Summer, he's like, "Hey, you gotta save us." What was it? Go find the file, the booger AIDS booger or something.
yeah, yeah. Everything's
And then he's
booger
all like,
AIDS.
"Oh, like, I name everything is named Booger AIDS Booger." And it explains what he's gonna what it does for to help bring them all back.
Yeah,
But
he
then
has
yeah, the
to.
blinking Jerry explains the Jerry Brewery, which is the callback to the other season where they mixed up the Jerry's at the Jerry Brewery.
Yeah, which I thought that was hilarious.
Oh
That
yeah, for
because
sure.
for folks watching that were like, did they even bring that? For the longest time, folks were wondering like, was that even the right Jerry that they brought home because they got swapped in that
Yeah, they switched
episode.
them out so quickly that you're just kind of like you might have forgotten too. So because it was so back,
Yeah,
I think it was like at season 3 or something. So
yeah, it was season 3.
3,
Yeah,
yeah,
because that was the Roy episode,
yeah,
the Blitz and Shits episode. So they got switched at the end of that, and then they confirmed that yeah, the Jerry we've been seeing this whole time is the wrong Jerry. And just like the realization where like Jerry's like how do I know I'm the real one? Oh, the Jerry
Jerry
Marie, and then everyone's like,
Brewery.
oh, the Jerry
Oh, Jerry
Marie.
Brewery.
They all forgot. So they get sent back to their original timelines. Rick gets sent to see what he gets sent to his timeline.
Yeah.
You see Morty get back to Prime World, his Prime Earth, and then Jerry gets sent back to his timeline. We'll start with Morty since that's where I believe that's where it starts off with Morty goes back
Yeah.
to Prime Earth. It's pretty much worse than it was before. Back in season 2, what season 1? Season 1 it got ruined. Yeah, because the flu. So he gets back home, and you see that like I'm actually impressed that Morty can survive on that on that primal Earth. Like
Oh yeah,
he fights off on his own pretty well, and then he runs into his dad. He runs into Prime Jerry, who's like all buff now, and like,
yeah,
but it's just him. Because
yeah.
he explains that like the ice age came, summer didn't defrost right, and then and then Beth died, and then it was just him, and then
Yeah.
you see that like Morty's trying to talk to him
Reconnect.
to reconnect. Yeah, to reconnect with them, and they play board games and stuff. And then Jerry
And
robs
like, he
his
was even
ass.
like, he was like, "Oh man, you out of this whole world, you survived. It's like you're the strongest out of them all, and you survived on your own." And that's when you kind of see that different side of Jerry, where he's like, "I had to survive, and I was
Yeah,
pushed to it."
it took Jerry being pushed that far to even become like that version of
Independent. Yeah,
himself.
he had to be a person.
Yeah, and you see Rick, he's back on his Earth, and my God, dude, hit the haunted the garage. Oh my
That's
God.
hilarious. Like, you're always a room away.
And I believe this is the first time we get dialogue from Diane, right? Because they mentioned Diane, but I think this is the first time we get
Yeah, I
like
think so.
dialogue
Yeah, I don't think you've heard her talk. I mean, maybe a little bit whenever
when
we get
they
the
went through his memories and
memory.
stuff.
Yeah, I think something like that. He's like, oh, a person that when you kind of first see when his family died and
Yeah,
everything. I think that's maybe the first dialogue, but this is the most you've ever heard her speak a lot. So, but it was even
yeah,
that. It was like an AI version of her.
yeah, exactly. It was an AI version in the garage
Yeah,
haunting
that he
Rick
created. Yeah, to haunt Jerry or haunt Rick.
to remind himself.
Yeah, to
And then what's
motivate
fucked
him.
up too is like I never caught this part too, like why that old person was alive the whole time because Rick like fucked up his world, like everyone was frozen in time.
Yeah,
Yeah, or I think like the people like I don't know if it was frozen time, but the people could never die. Like they
Yeah.
got really old and they couldn't die. You see like the old lady across the street dragging the
Yeah.
dead cat or the dead animal, like
And then they're leaving notes of memories and everything.
yeah. So they all forgot, and then Rick left them notes and stuff, and then Rick essentially kills them. And
Yeah.
then the old guy's like, "Oh yeah, the sweetness of death" or something like
Yeah.
that. And he dies. He finally dies. And then I guess we get to see like the teaser of Prime Rick too, because
Yeah.
that's when our Rick starts traveling around the universe, tries to find his people because he sent Summer on a mission to get what was it like he needed something from Summer, right? To
Oh, the tracking
teleport.
device.
Yes,
Yeah, beacon.
yeah, to get the beacon to get them to find where they were at and save them. And that's when her and Space Beth start getting along, and then regular Beth tags along with them, and that's when they start fighting like other aliens at the Citadel.
Citadel, yeah.
And then not Space Beth, but regular Beth can't kill them, and so
Yo,
she
yeah.
fires the gun and like
She's just
can't kill
torturing
them.
them.
Like, wait, I got it, shoots. I got it. Wait, boom, and then doesn't kill him. Like 3 shots and doesn't kill him. The name of the old guy that was with at Rick's garage, Mr. Goldman Bach Majorian. That's his name.
Oh,
I wrote his name down. Mr. Goldman Bach Majorian. Yeah, so they were on a time loop. That's what happened, and it ruined the
okay.
neighborhood. Yeah, so that's how crazy Rick went after losing Diane and Beth.
It was like I had a drinking problem.
Yeah.
I used to drink.
And it's crazy to see like when you realize like Rick cannot find Prime Rick, and then when he does find Prime Rick, like he's still unsure if that was actually Prime Rick. Like
Yeah. But then the Diana kind of put it together, like when he said that if you got reset to your universe, does that mean that Prime Rick got sent to his universe? And then that's when he
yeah,
puts it together. And you see how determined he is to find them too. So
yeah, and that's what I like. Like you see that Prime Rick is hiding from R Rick, but R Rick cannot find him. And then when he does, it's just like Prime Rick just teases him. It's like, hey, this could be
that's
me.
the stall bit. Yeah, it could be
Yeah.
me, it could be not. Oh, I'm just gonna put a countdown time. It might be real, it might be not. Oh, look at that guy. He's naked in there. Is that me or is not me?
And starts shaking his ass in front of Rick.
Yeah, and they torturing him. Like you're just fucking with them the whole time. But on top of that, you get a good fight sequence too. So
Yeah. I like that this whole part, like you see Morty's like, you're my grandpa, Rick, like not him,
Yeah.
let's just go home and let's go settle our thing. And as Morty convinces Rick to kind of take a step back, we get sent to where Jerry's at. And then
In
Jerry's
his
just back he's back at like season 2 where he's just getting yelled at. He's on the verge of divorce, and
Yeah.
then the family comes to save him, and he
Yeah.
gets all happy. He goes back into his house like, hey, fuck you guys, I'm somebody,
Yeah, I'm a time traveler and everything.
And you see how he exits the house? He like bumps the door.
Yeah.
And then he rushes out. Then they get back to their house, and then that's when we see their Jerry, and he's upset, and then he finds Mr. Frundles, and then oh my god, dude, that part was crazy because like why do you even
anything he
have that,
touches
Rick?
it touches it turns into Mr. Frundles and then it just infects the whole world. And that's when they have to leave that universe because that universe is basically fucked up. Well, it's funny too because I love it at the end when the whole Earth turns into Mr. Frundles and they're like, yeah, we're not fixing this.
Yeah. Mr. Frundles.
Yeah.
Mr. Frundles. They find another universe where pretty much they have to bury themselves all in the backyard.
It literally picks up right where they die again, and it's kind of they're like, "How many times have you done this?" And they're like, "Too many times." And pick up with use your legs to pick them up.
Yeah. And then like Rick tells them like, yeah, in this planet on this or in this timeline they don't say Parmesan, they say Parmesan.
Parmesan. Oh,
Yeah,
it's one of the funniest lines in Rick and Morty. I love that line. Now we all call it Parmesan now.
Yeah, we don't call it Parmesan, we call it Parmesan.
Parmesan.
And then pretty much the after credits of this is space or the Prime Rick that was in that capsule that teased Rick was actually Prime Rick.
Prime Rick, yeah.
And then he runs into Jerry, and Jerry attempts to kill him and then he kills Jerry. You know, that's the teaser for Prime Rick, man. That's the main antagonist of the show. We'll see more of him later on in the season, or not this season, but next season. But this was a no. We do see him at the end of the season, but it was a good tease to show like, oh shit, like things are getting real in Rick and Morty. You know, it's more than just evil Morty now. You're seeing the evil Rick, the Rick that caused everything, and then it just picks off from there. So, Bobby, what are your favorite 3 episodes of this season,
Dude,
man?
honestly, this one's hard. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go with when Beth falls in love with herself.
Yeah, that's on mine too.
Yeah, Night
That's-
Family.
Oh man, Night Family is fucking awesome. Yep,
Yeah,
me too.
and then see from there, it's hard to say because I can go. The dinosaur episode's good, but the Panda Express one is hilarious, man. Where Jerry he eats that fortune cookie, and then obviously episode 9 and 10. But you need 9 to go into 10. So,
Yeah,
but I mean, what about you? What are your favorite episodes?
my favorite, my top 3. Night Family is my favorite of this whole, like one of my favorites of this whole show.
Yeah.
I'd say Night Family's in my top 5 of
Okay.
the entirety of Rick and Morty as of right now. Night Family's fucking awesome. Bethnick Twist,
Okay.
Bethnick Twistnick, the one where Beth falls in love with herself. That's another great episode, man. Like just that one is just so well written, and I like we talked about before. Like we get to see more of Beth's character, and I think that's why I like Beth so much because she is just like Rick.
Yeah, and
She's
they're
like-
they're literally just the opposite of a Beth. So you would have
Yeah.
had, if you had this Beth, she would have been this space
Yeah.
character, and then if she's the family one, she would have been this. But you get them both.
Yeah. And then my third one, man, this is a tough one. Like I did like I wanted to like the second episode, the Roy one, but it was just so focused on like Morty and his Morty people, you know.
Yeah,
And so I honestly I really like the Die Hard part more, like when someone's
exactly.
like,
That's
"Die
the only
Hard,
reason
Die
I
Hard."
like it. I want to do a Die Hard. I think that's the only thing, and then the fact that they incorporated Roy, so it is a good episode, but it's not up there. But I do love the callbacks. That's why I like that episode.
Yeah. I say my third one, man. I want to say the dinosaur one, but yeah, I'll say the dinosaur one, man, because like the analyzed piss one I didn't really like. The one
Yeah.
where everyone's a superhero. Like you see Rick's enemies are more like goofy and more superhero villains now. I do
Yeah.
like that Mr. Nimbus came back.
Yeah,
I do
and
like
that's what I
that.
like too. At the beginning, the
Yeah.
callback to where they were fighting each other, and he's all like, "That's what I wanted you to do."
Yeah. Like, and I do like that, you get to see Jerry fights Pissmaster. That was funny as hell. Flamingo
Beats him
Dad.
with the flamingo.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah,
think,
and
like,
I think
The
Oh, go ahead.
Story Lord one was okay, and that one. Was
yeah,
alright. It was
I'm
alright.
not a big fan of Story Lord. I do like that Justice League team though. I do like that
Oh,
though.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
mislead and
Yeah, and then what was the OP guy? I forgot his name.
He was the-
Redcon or something like that.
yeah, Retcon, and then they changed it to Bretcon, and he changed his name to Retcon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I thought that was funny too. I mean, I think I wrote their names down. Hold on,
Yeah.
like they were the part of the meta world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that one was okay.
Okay.
I wanted to see more of that. Like I like that they were trying to break the whole fourth wall.
Yeah.
Like where they're fighting and everything. So you have, let's see, okay. So you have they broke the anti-meta field, and then there's mislead, flashback, Connie Twinity error, nameless guard. The nameless guard, that was funny too, where the guard
yeah,
became the
yeah.
protagonist,
Yeah.
and then he had his own thing. That was hilarious. Protagonic, yeah, and then Mr. Twist, and then Retcon. So Retcon was more like, he reminded me of that dude from the freaking what's that superhero movie called, from the Watchmen.
I never really watched the Watch.
Dr. Manhattan. He
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
I do know that character, but
yeah, he reminded me of Dr. Manhattan. But other than that, that episode was okay. But I'd say my third one would be the dinosaur one, just because I do like that the dinosaurs fucked with Rick.
Yeah. We have a portal gun. We have what was it called? He gave him he fixes his portal gun, but he has I forgot what they call it. Not the portal gun, but you can see the hole where you're going through instead of where the green fluid.
Yeah, they tell Rick that his gun's outdated.
Yeah.
And then, it's an outdated gun, and then like they helped. I think I wrote it down, but they helped him. Like they said, like, yeah, oh yeah, yours is an older model. We have a new one. You can see through where you're going. You know,
Yeah,
instead of
yeah. El
just
Porto
jumping into it.
pistol. Yeah, they call it
Yeah, Porto pistol. Yeah, even Morty wanted it, and Rick destroyed it.
Or is it?
He's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
So
I mean, we could go into. Well, I guess we go into I guess the Night Family one because I think that one's probably both our favorite ones. So
yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, we'll just start big. Let's start Night Family, man.
yeah,
Dude, I remember watching this at your house. We watched this episode so many times
yeah, it did
when
play
it
a lot.
premiered. Yeah, because because he had YouTube TV, so we watched it on the premiere night, and then we watched it again right after.
Yeah.
It was so hilarious. Yeah, and also for folks who don't know, I talked about this episode with Carol White, who's the color supervisor for Rick and Morty. So go check that episode out again. But yeah, Night Family, man, like, dude, it starts off with like a quote from T.S. Eliot, and then you see that like Beth she can't sleep. She wakes up, and then she sleeps in the living room, and just to wake up to see Rick doing sit-ups, and then it freaks her out. That I love the sound effect so you can tell who's who, like who's the night person, who's the day person. I love that, like that ringing, that bell sound effect. That's hilarious. Yeah. And then they're eating breakfast, and like Beth asks, like, "Ooh, what were you doing? Why were you doing sit-ups in the middle of the night?" He's like, "Oh, I got this machine that lets my night person do the things that I want to do." Yeah, because he's so busy. And then like I love how Summer antagonizes him, like, "Oh, that's fine. You don't have to do it for us." And then Rick's like, "No, fuck that. I'll do it for you guys."
And they all start like wanting things for their night person to do.
Yeah. And then like and then when they had to give their blood to the machine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Jerry.
Somnambulate or whatever, and then Jerry passed out because of the needle.
Well, no, I love when he's all like, "Can I just give Beth's credit card number?"
So you have Summer who's learning. Was it Spanish? Yeah,
Spanish.
Because she's failing Spanish,
Yeah.
so she's learning Spanish. Beth is doing the trumpet.
Yeah.
And then Morty and Rick are the abs and the podcast. And then Jerry, fucking Jerry, he's like, he has a pen pal. He's writing letters to his night person. Like, I don't think you're supposed to do that. He's like, why not? What's like, it's not fun. Like, let's get to know them, you know? Like, of all people, of course it's Jerry that does
it is a
that
Jerry
does that.
request though. It's a typical Jerry request.
So you see that, and then like, you know, the night people are doing their jobs, they're doing all the chores at night. You kind of see them like dragging it out. Like you see, like they're not really happy with what they're doing. And then I think there's a part where Jerry tells Rick, like, "Hey, Night Jerry said that can you guys rinse the dishes?
Yeah.
So that it'd be easier for them to do the dishes." And Rick's like, "What the fuck? No, our purpose is to have them do the chores, not us.
Not make their life easier. They're supposed to make our lives easier."
So Rick has this like superiority complex towards the night people, and he's so fucking petty. He refuses to help them and do things for them.
He starts making a mess, dude.
He purposely makes a mess in the kitchen. So he's like, clean that shit up, you know. And then the Night Family retaliates. They destroy the dishes. And then so Rick's and the family's like, "Hey,
petty.
Yeah."
And he makes the unbreakable dishes.
Yeah. He's like, let's see them break the shit, you know. The whole sequence of him getting these dishes is so funny too, because he goes off world, goes to the planet, and he's like, "Hey, you owe me."
It's like Marvel again. It's like when Thor makes his hammer, he does a little call out to basically Marvel again.
And it just like, I love the cut too though. Like you see him building the plates, and then it's like they laser text like unbreakable, and then just
unbreakable,
goes to, and then Rick drops the safe with all the dishes. Like, try to break those. And then the family, however, retaliates again, and they fucking like, that's when you see the Night Family. They rinse your dishes.
Yeah. And then Summer makes him eat the plate, and that's when Rick is all like, that next morning, he's like, "Summer, what the fuck is your problem?" And Summer doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too, like, because no one expected Night Summer to be the leader.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Night Summer's the leader of the group, and you know, the family tied him down. They're like, you know, it's easy. It'll be easier to just rinse your dishes so the schmutz doesn't stay on the plate.
Yeah.
And then Summer comes out and is like, "Hey, you know, you always think it's you, but the whole time it's been me. I've been in your granddaughter's mind. I'm in the back. I'm in the darkness. The night will take over the day." And then because Rick refuses to rinse the dishes, they force feed him all the gunk and all that nasty shit. And so he's like, "What the fuck's your problem, Summer? Your fucking night person just made me eat all this shit, you know?" And then the Night family takes all the furniture and everything. They take everything away.
And they hide the Some emulator and
Yeah.
everything.
They go, and they locked it in the garage.
Yeah.
So they can't get in the garage. So Rick has to make a new force field out of garbage.
Yeah.
Because his DNA's in all the tech in the house.
Yeah, and then he makes the only way to unlock it is with daytime when they're awake saliva because it's different from nighttime or something.
Yeah.
And then they make Summer go undercover to basically find out what's going on with everything, to find the emulator to destroy it.
Yeah, it's a cocktail. It's like a trend in Europe. It's a cocktail of Mountain Dew and Dayquil. They call it they call it Dew-Cool or some shit like that.
And then they make her put like all the itchy stuff, so everything to just force her to stay awake.
Yeah, like her eyes are open, like she's itchy, and then she's got to drink the thing. Yeah. So when everyone goes to sleep, Summer's still awake, and then they question her like, "Why are you wearing this? Like, why does it matter that I wear this? You guys have no fashion sense." And like, "Oh yeah, that's right."
You're
and
right.
They leave. And then Summer finds out where the machine's at, and then like Rick turns off the force field, and like they think they're gonna get everything done. And I love this callback to season 1, where Summer tells Rick like, your opinion means very little to me. And that's something that Rick told her back in season 1, where the flu episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Summer refused to go to prom, and he's like, "Why aren't you going to prom?" She's like, "Oh, because it's flu season. Everyone's sick." And Rick's like, "Oh shit!" So because he gave Morty the potion. But I love that callback to see that like something that Rick said to her way back gets used against him in this episode, which I loved. And then Night Summer takes over. The Night family takes over the day, and then that's when they have like the day robots like halt, Damonoid,
And then they're making the Day family do all their chores, like the sit-ups and cleaning and everything.
Did you notice that that when Beth was burning the books or the movies, she was burning like Independence Day, and then she kept Talladega Nights, and then she burned Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Like anything that said day, she was burning it. Then all the stuff that said night, she kept. So the Night family, the family was making her do that shit, and then like Jerry writes to Night Jerry before they go to sleep.
Yeah,
like,
help us.
if you're my friend, help us. And Night Jerry helps them. And then right when they wake up and go outside, and like Beth hugs Jerry, like, "Thank you so much for helping me, and even you're so good, nice." And then Rick slaps the shit out of him.
And it wakes him up.
Oh my god, dude, the first time we watched that shit, we rewinded that so much because it was just out of nowhere. Rick just goes up and smacks him. And it's just the whole motion of it is funny because he's like a few feet back, and he just walks up and slaps, and then wakes up Jerry. Oh man, and then that's when one of the funniest chase scenes in this show happens, where the Night family chases them, and it's just hilarious seeing that, like, how they go about it. And Gene's there too. Gene sees the family.
Oh yeah.
And they yell at Gene like, "It's not your problem, Gene." So like pretty much the chase scene, the family fights over. They're fighting over to take over. You see like the robots have the needles that'll put them to sleep. And so Morty gets shot, and then like Beth gets shot, and then she chokes out Jerry, and then Jerry has a boner when he gets choked out. and then Morty burns her with the cigarette thing, the lighter in the car, and it wakes her up, so she has to turn the car around. Night Summer's in the police car, and like she flies out and hits those the huge build of empty boxes.
Yeah.
No, she was on the robot, and then she flew in there and then stole the cop car.
Yeah.
And then the cop was like, "Stop, or I'll shoot everybody." Like, it's fucking stupid.
It's funny because they do all that. They run into the Adderall, and then they run into all the other drugs to keep them awake and everything.
The Adderall truck flips over. They breathe in all the Adderall.
Wake up, yeah.
And then like right when the Day family's like escaping, Night Jerry's like, "Oh, Summer, come in." Like, why? I'm in the car. Yeah, family. He's like, okay. She jumps in the car, and the car flips over, hits like a fucking gasoline company, and it rolls over to like a leaf department, like a dry leaf department, and everything. Like, all these explosions happen, and then Summer sits on the needle that's in the car, so she becomes Night Summer. Oh my god, this whole like transition is hilarious, and they fall into a ditch. and that's when like again with the sound effects of seeing who's who, they just start fighting each other.
Yeah, and they keep falling asleep and fighting and knocking each other out.
Okay, did you pay attention to see like who did what? Like,
I mean, I saw
like
a
how
few of them, so
like Morty had the rock and Morty hit Summer, and then like Jerry steps on the needle during mid fight and he becomes Night Jerry. And then like I think Jerry knocks out Beth and Summer. He clanks their heads together and then they get knocked out, and then Rick gets pinned on the floor by Morty. And then and that's when the Night family tells Rick like, hey, this all could be over
yeah,
if
we
you
could
just
come to a
rinse your dishes.
compromise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a compromise. We'll stop doing this. Just rinse your dishes.
yeah,
And fucking Rick is like, nope.
yeah. Well,
Next
yeah,
scene.
you just see him come up as a Night Rick, which
Yeah. And
basically
hits the
shows
needle
that
in
Rick
him.
didn't glisten. Yeah, he's like, no, I would rather become Night or Night Rick than to conform to what you want.
Dude, like Rick is just that level of petty, man. He refuses to listen to them. And then the end credits are hilarious. They fucking spend the Smiths family's money, go on
Yeah, all the
vacations and go
money.
to concerts. And then like, at the end, they get the car towed at the end because they have no more money. They can't pay the bills, and then they're like, all right, what do we do? And Rick comes up and he's like, oh, I have a weapon. I have something that will destroy, that'll fix our
Fix all this.
problems. He pulls out the
Yeah.
gun and then he shoots the machine, and then the family wakes up, and that's when Rick's like, oh no. They killed the Taco Choco, and that was the same year. That was the same year we lost the Taco Choco. And that's if we ever do like a top 10 Rick and Morty episode, like this is in my top 5 for sure. Like it's up there. This
It's
was
a good
a great
episode.
episode. Next one. Let's talk about I think we both agreed on the Beth Nick Twist Nick.
Yeah,
where
Beth falls in love with herself.
yeah, Beth falls in love with herself, dude. Like I love that it's like I want to say this is a Thanksgiving based episode.
I think so.
Because Rick hits the window as a turkey in this episode, and then like he's like, oh yep, made another pardon with the president. Like call back to that
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah,
Space Bus with them, and they're having Thanksgiving dinner, and then Space Beth gives Morty the new game, the GamePod XL, and then Morty, I think Rick called it like he's like, oh, did you get the Pooplickian GamePod? Like no, that's not what we got, and so pretty much it's a realistic gaming system where you're playing games realistically. And like all the games throughout this episode are hilarious. From the Street Fighter one, the Space Traveler one,
the Love Affair one.
yeah, the Love Affair one, the Final Fantasy 7 one where Cloud couldn't pick up the sword,
and then the Dungeon and Dragon one.
and then the typing one where you had to like make decisions, like
Yeah.
the vampires take over. Oh, I love, dude. Let's just talk about the games real quick. The Street Fighter one is a fantastic idea. The Street Fighter one's a hilarious.
Your day, and then that bar that shows, he'll lose his attention if you don't find the other fighter.
Yeah, you forget why you're mad if you don't find them, and then you gotta find them in the city, and then when you find each other, that's when you fight. Man, that has to be a real game, man. I would love for that to be a real game. Imagine playing that online. It's like Grand Theft Auto. You go through the city, and if you don't find your opponent, you lose.
Yeah.
And then the space one was hilarious. Where the Space Traveler one, Morty had to make a video.
Well, they were playing it first, and then they're like, "Oh, they have a realistic setting. Let's put it to realistic." And it's just the ship flying, and they're like, "Oh, wait, it's realistic settings. There's nothing in space, so it's just flying."
Yeah,
oh, look, you can make a recording because what is it? Make a video for your son.
And then there's also I love the Final Fantasy call out because that's when Rebirth dropped that year too, and just Cloud
the sword is so heavy.
Yeah, he can't lift the sword. I love that. Love that little cameo there. I love that. And then the vampire one, like, oh shit, like what do you do? Go north. Keep going north. And then the vampires are out. You lost. Like what the fuck, vampire? Just like
you
so
wake up
random.
In the forest, head north. Obviously, this is taking place where vampires exist.
But this episode, man, it's just we talked about it before we recorded. Just seeing like Beth's character evolve in the show, right? Because you see, Space Beth and regular Beth. They up until this point, we still don't know who's who. But then they're, they kind of figure each other out. Like, oh man, Space Beth gives Beth the language thing. Like, she puts a chip in her to learn how to speak French, because they're
Oh,
drinking.
just
They're drinking.
understand everything. Yeah.
Yeah, they're drinking the liquor that's on the counter, and then like you see them like just kind of get along. They go and get ice cream and stuff like that, and they kind of they're telling like Beth is just so narcissistic in that sense where like she has to hype herself up. Like, no, you're this beautiful person. Oh, your ass looks great,
Yeah.
and
Well,
and
they
they
have so much in common that they're like, oh my god, they're in love with each other because they love the fact that they are in common with each other.
yeah. And they hook up, and then like even then, even before they hooked up, like they were outside talking to each other because of they were cracking each other's back,
Oh
and then like
yeah,
they,
yeah.
they get close, and then you see Summer like under the window because she heard them talk, and then it cuts to her playing the game, and Morty gets mad like, "Why are you playing realistic games? Like maybe I want to play it because I want to, you know?"
Yeah, like to distract myself from the world and everything, and then they get mad. Or wait, no, they get mad about the controller later because that's when Morty catches them
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
it, and
because they
then
come back from ice cream, and
yeah,
then like Space Bus like I'm gonna take your clothes off and shove myself inside of you or something like that, and then Morty hears it and he's taking out the trash, and then he
and then
refuses to share the controller with Rick.
yeah, they're both playing it, and Rick's like, "Oh, give me the controller." No, and then Rick has to go and make his own controller out of a
Yeah,
well.
I love I love that like, Rick got mad like a teenager. He's like, "Oh, what these teenagers, man?" Like he has to go make his own controller. And as he's making the controller, that's when Beth comes back. She's like, "Hey, do you have an extra pint of that Gloopy Drop ice cream or Gloppy Drop ice cream?" And we forgot to get it. We went out there and we forgot it. And then Rick kind of understands where she's coming from because Rick's like, "Hey, just saying, sometimes I forget too. Like there's a bunch of me's out there, and he pretty much implies that like he's done what Beth's done before, and he tells her like, "Hey, you can do it, but don't forget the ice cream because you keep
Yeah,
lying. You have to keep making up more stories." I think I wrote down the quote here. He says, "Lies pile up like credit card debt. You retain an advantage by staying liquid." So he tells her like, "Don't lie." He's like, "It's not your ice cream, it's your family's, and if you forget too much, you start having to keep secrets." And I kind of like this, like how Rick understands Beth. That's why he doesn't judge her for doing what
yeah,
she's doing. But he also tells her, like, "Hey, don't do what I did either. Like, you're gonna forget about your real family and real
yeah.
things." And then like that's when Space Beth and Beth take the holodeck and from Rick's tools, and they have their whole like San Junipero episode, like the Black Mirror reference, and he's like, "You guys San Junipero my holodecks? What the fuck, man?" Like everyone knows. You guys think
Yeah,
it's so
you're doing a
obvious.
horrible job at hiding it. Does Jerry know? Jerry doesn't know.
That's the funny part. It's like they're hiding this from Jerry. the whole this whole like this whole sexual affair of that Beth's having on her own. Like the kids know, Rick knows, but they refuse to tell Jerry. And that's when they make Jerry play the game, and it's an
In a fair
affair game.
game. No, but before he plays the game, I love that part where because he was doing the puzzle, and
Oh,
it was on the last piece, and he couldn't figure out how to get it in. He just like struggled, and it was like the last piece. It obviously only goes in one way, and you just see him struggling to get that last piece in.
like he has it turned the wrong way, and he's like trying to fit it in. Oh my god, dude, Jerry's so fucking stupid, man. Oh man.
But then yeah, then he goes after that he was gonna show the puzzle to Beth, but then the kids were like, no, you don't go see that. And here, play this game, and then they start playing the affair game, and he's all like, "Ooh, what's this game?" And they go, "Oh, let's play a different game." He goes, "No, I want to play the affair game," and they start playing that game.
I saw like when Rick calls them out in the holodeck, he's like, "There's masturbating," and then there's
And there's
masturbating. Oh man, he just like calls them out on it. Like, "You guys suck at doing it secretly. Everyone knows." And then even Space Beth, like, "Fine, if everyone knows, then just know that I have all the Predator weapons." And Rick's like, "All right, whatever." He backs off of Space Beth. And so that's when they tell Jerry at the Thanksgiving table, like Space Beth just flats out says it. She's like, "Yeah, we're
Yeah,
having an affair." And
yeah.
then Jerry, that's when you see Jerry goes through like this flashback, and he
And he turns
fucking has
into
a
the roly
defense
poly.
mechanism, and he curls up into like a roly poly, dude. And he
That shit
just
was
like,
hilarious. And then Jerry or Rick is all like, "Oh yeah, I forgot I gave him that. We were drinking one night, and I asked him what he wanted, and he wanted this, he goes, I wanted tattoos, and he showed his ass, and he had a tattoo.
he had a tramp stamp that said Rick and Morty on it.
Yeah,
But fucking Jerry, of all the things to get from Rick, he chooses to get a defense mechanism like that, and it's like,
yeah,
and Rick says like, I cannot undo it because it'll kill him. He has to
Yeah.
come out when he wants to come out.
Yeah. And this is
It's like,
his way of having control or taking control. In a weird way, this is Jerry's way of taking control of the situation.
it's just funny because Rick had him like in this like
The tube.
cylinder case, and like he's studying him in the liquid and everything. He's just studying Jerry. Oh man. And then like you see the Beths, they decide to mind blow themselves from this event. And that's when Jerry wakes up. It's like, you guys are like just running from your problems, and this is not how to handle it. So Jerry starts packing, and he's like, what does he say? He's like, Jerry was jealous because he's like, because you guys don't like me, my weird little dick. And they're
Nobody said your dick was weird. You said that.
the fight ensues. The fight ensues upstairs, and that's when you find out Jerry was mad because they didn't include him. In
Yeah,
the
or didn't get his permission, and
Yeah.
so he just wanted permission, and so he starts getting into it whenever they start giving him permission, and they all start doing it, and then when they're upstairs doing all that, the kids and Rick are hearing it while they're eating dinner or Thanksgiving dinner, and they just start crying. What are you thankful for?
You see Morty pouring the salt, and then Cyber's like, pass the salt, Morty. He's like, oh shit, yeah, that pile of salt on his plate. And then Rick's like, why don't we just say what we're thankful for? And then, and then Morty's like, Discovery Channel. I'm thankful for the Discovery Channel. They start crying and shit. It's so funny. Oh man. And then Space Beth prepares to leave, and then she mentions Naruto. He's like,
Naruto,
oh, maybe I'll see my grandchild in outer space. And Morty's like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
Naruto.
Naruto.
Oh man. And then also you kind of see that it's kind of Rick's fault because the alcohol that they drank at the end or in the beginning was actually Rick's alcohol.
Oh
He
yeah.
put it in his secret cabinet, and that's actually Rick's. So that's kind of like, ooh, did Rick set that up, or did he leave that out? Then the end credit scene, Jerry goes to the Jerry Puri, tries to touch it at the Jerry.
And they're like, oh, or who brought you here? He goes, oh, we've been having some Jerry's that come in here by themselves, and he runs out.
And then he kisses the Jerry behind the alley, and then all right, that's good, and he leaves.
Look at Jerry.
Oh man. All right. So this third episode, man, you said you had a toss up. I said the dinosaur one, but what was yours?
The Panda
Again.
Express one.
Panda Express. Okay.
We could do the dinosaur one because I did like the dinosaur one too, but I think I like the panda over the dinosaur. But we could do the dinosaur one because
we could briefly touch base on both because the dinosaur one was hilarious just because it was the dinosaurs where they came back to Earth and they were like, monkeys went bald,
Yeah, monkeys went bald, and
you
then I forgot what they're talking about, like, oh, from something from when you're making gunpowder to Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah,
and then you could have just made more Marvel movies.
Yeah. Oh, I actually wrote it down. So they're like, yeah, but when we were here, humans were basically squirrels, and then so like they pull up this screen.
Yeah.
And so like they pull up the screen like the changes of evolution in humanity, and they're like something happened between gunpowder and Amazon Prime, and then on that list you see like gunpowder, anime body pillows, celebrity presidents, jazzercise, gluteal implants, Marvel movies, social media, comment sections, domestic terrorism, Crocs, Fluffernutter sandwiches, space tourism, Dogecoin, all the stupid shit that was going on during that year.
Yeah.
And like, and then the president's talking to them like, so what do we do? Are we supposed to be running the planet? Like the dinosaurs like, no, they pretty much do a what is it? A social economic thing? Like what's the term? It wasn't communism, but it's like socialist, I think, pretty much, right? I want to say it was a socialist planet where everything's like free and like everybody is fair.
Yeah.
So like everything's free, everything's fair. So no one had to work because the dinosaurs provided everything. They provided the food, water, they provided all the technology. Everything. So no one had to work. And so like everyone's frustrated because even Beth's like, dude, I have to go to work. This is what I do. I can't do that when no one is sick.
Yeah.
And then that's when they're like, so who can we go to that's good at this? Jerry.
Jerry.
He's sitting on the fucking couch
Rick
doing
said that
nothing.
everybody, y'all just basically became Jerry's.
And then he has a book. Did you see him struggle to find the
Yeah,
file?
that was hilarious. He put a file within the file and then even clicking it.
And then he closes the window, opens another one, and does it again. This whole sequence of Jerry like just trying to touch the computer was funny as hell. And he has the book, and then he publishes the book, and then you see like the dinosaur, or Rick goes off to confront the dinosaurs, because to Rick, he's on their level. He's like a god level
Yeah.
to the dinosaurs. And that's when they start comparing like tech. The dinosaurs call him out and like, hey, your portal gun, it's a bit outdated. We've done that already. We have a portal pistol where we can see through where we're traveling to. So they give it to Rick.
And then they teleport him, and he's all like, "Oh, you can't even teleport me right. My zipper's down."
Yeah. Man, I think he called them like let's see, and then the president, because he talks to the dinosaurs because the president told him to.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah,
he's like, "Oh, the president only hits me up when he needs Molly."
And he's the president calls him, "You pompous autistic cadaver." Like he makes fun of him, and like because the robot that was giving them the ribs, it was already Rick's plan to get the president to
because he
do
wants
what
to
he wants.
host the Oscars.
Yeah. So that's when you see like Rick, he starts, finding out the truth about the dinosaurs. Like why are they back on Earth? And then you find out that everywhere the dinosaurs travel, there was a freaking comet or meteor following them, and that's what they're afraid of. And that's what essentially happened to all the dinosaurs that were on other planets. Like, and I love this because they go to each museum, and like everyone has different builds of the dinosaur.
And different theories about dinosaurs. Oh, based off the vocal cords, they used to sing and everything.
Yeah, they had their heads for their heads were their feet, or they were singers, and then one was like, oh, they were skateboarders,
Yeah. And then Rick tries to do the drop pin and falls and hurts himself.
It's so much easier on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3.
Yeah.
They find out the truth. They go and reveal the truth to the people of Earth, and they also publish Jerry's book, and they don't give Jerry credit.
And Jerry gets mad.
Pissed. Yeah.
Because whoever created this doesn't need credit, and Jerry gets mad about it.
Oh man, and you just see like they, the meteor comes to Earth, and Rick tells the dinosaur, or hold on, let me take that back. Rick embarrasses the dinosaurs, so that's when they decide to leave. Because it becomes like there's a quote that
them about it, like he's like, hey, everywhere you go you die and everything, and then they figure out something about like not doing anything about the meteor coming, and so that's when they get embarrassed and everything, and so they decide to leave the planet to go somewhere else so they can die so they don't affect anybody else.
Well, it's also like because Rick called them out for virtue signaling. Like they keep like doing good things to cover up their bad things, and like it becomes like a dick measuring contest. Yeah. There's also like a part where Rick tells them like, because once they get called out by Rick, the dinosaurs were like, so all of our work was for nothing. And then Rick tells them, well, welcome to life. It's a boat with a lot of holes, and we're all in it together. Like I love like these subtle like
jabs,
backhanded jabs that Rick does, like the quotes that he says throughout the whole show. Like they're so quotable. And then like they get rid of the dinosaurs, and then the dinosaurs have to explain themselves. They go on like they go on podcasts, they go on Anderson Cooper, they meet Joe Rogan. That was freaking hilarious. And they leave the planet, and then that's when at the same time that's when Rick's hosting the Oscars. And then did you see who they had in the Oscars, like the cameos in there?
I saw a few. I can't remember though.
Yeah, there was like George Takei, Johnny Depp, The Rock. He was like all big and swole with no sleeves.
Oh,
like, Dwayne Johnson was in the front row. There was a Oprah lookalike. Excuse me. There was Oprah, Keanu Reeves, a Morgan Freeman character. There was also Jason Momoa, and then Rick shouts out Tom Hanks. He's in there.
Tom Hanks, yeah.
And it's like, say it, Wilson. Then Rick gets the raising mic out of the Oscars at the Oscars, and like he tells Summer and Morty like, oh yeah, it's a script. It's always a script. Like it's how they run things. And so, but when he finds out that the dinosaurs are going to kill themselves, that's when he calls them like, selfishness and selflessness are two sides of the same coin. What you're doing is not like it. You don't have to be doing this. It doesn't make you look good. Yeah. And so they destroy the meteor. Rick saves them. by destroying the meteor so that they don't have to kill themselves. And then they're like, oh, fine, you fixed our problem, we'll fix yours. They fixed the rift.
The rift, yeah. It gets so bad. I could have milked that for like a whole season.
And he throws the rock at the ship and they come back.
Yeah.
He's, oh shit, oh shit,
Oh, shit.
Oh man. And then
I love it when the dinosaurs attack him and he's like, "Oh, I dino-proof myself."
oh yeah, because their tech is like I have dino-proof tech, so they can't fuck with Rick. And then like and then after that, Rick takes Morty to Boot World.
Yeah.
And that's
Well, at the
Areola
end, he
week.
fixes the portal gun, and then they can
Oh,
go
yeah.
on their adventures again. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, because the beginning he didn't want to fix it. He was
yeah,
like
he was
kind of
lazy.
lazy about it.
Yeah.
And then that's the
Because
dinosaurs
Morty
called
asked
him
him
out
to
on
take
it.
him to school, and then we tried to use the portal gun. The alien came out, and then so he had to drive him to school.
Oh, so because that was the Cthulhu cameo. Because Cthulhu's always in the intro of Rick and Morty.
Oh yeah,
That was
put that
Cthulhu that
together.
came out. Yeah, that
Oh,
was Cthulhu that came out of that portal.
did not know
So
that.
yeah, until this day, I still want to see if they ever do an episode where they go and fight Cthulhu. That would be
Yeah.
pretty cool because
Yeah.
it's always in the intro. They
intro,
never like
yeah.
show it in actual episodes.
There's a lot in
Uh,
the intro that they haven't touched on. So
And then the end credits, the dinosaurs are actually skateboarders. I love that. Like that's how they got to places. They skateboarded, and I love that. Like Lisa Kudrow, Phoebe from Friends, she was the
Yeah.
T-Rex, and I think
oh
Jason,
yeah, I
Jason,
forgot.
yeah, Jason Mraz was in it too. I think he was the voice for the long neck dinosaur.
Oh no, I didn't know
I
that.
think, yeah, his name was in the credits, but I think he was that dinosaur. I could be wrong, but yeah, they had a lot of guest cameos in there, and then the freaking Panda Express one, man, because that episode was the week after the Night Family one, so it was back to back of like comedic episodes,
Yeah.
and like you just see because Panda Express gets mentioned in the season 1.
Yeah.
I want to say season 1, and then they bring it back full circle, and like the fortune cookies. Oh my god, like
Yeah, if you
they
eat them, you get that fortune.
and then Jerry gets, oh, you will have sex with your
Sex with
mother.
your mother,
And
yeah.
the most odd fortune cookie throughout the whole show.
And then he
And
gets
then he
so
starts
paranoid.
Yeah, because like his mom starts texting him and he starts freaking out, and then that's when Summer and Beth are fucking with him, like with all the
all of
pranks on
them, dude.
TikTok. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude. It was terrible. And then even Rick felt bad. So they go to the zoo, which I thought was funny too, because Jerry keeps telling him like, I only ate the food because that's what they did. Like, no, that you're not even supposed to do that. That's for the zebras. And
No,
then,
but dude, there's actually there's a part where at night when Jerry's already paranoid about the fortune cookie, he's like, "Oh, would you be mad if I went to go try to throw up?" And Beth's like, "Oh yeah, I don't care." And then he tries to throw up, and he's all like, "I can't throw up." And he's like, "Sleepy Gary ruined my gag reflexes."
yeah. Fucking Sleepy Gary, they brought that back too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sleepy Gary.
And then when they're leaving for the zoo, Jerry's dressed like Morty, and then they're like, "Why are you wearing Morty's clothes?" He goes, "If I dress like Morty, I look like Morty's mom, which is Beth, and so that's why he's trying to sleep with Beth instead of for his mom. So he's trying to be like Morty to sleep with Beth."
Did you also catch that when he was trying to throw up, Beth tells him like, yeah, you can do it, just don't do it around Summer. Like don't encourage Summer
Oh
to
yeah,
do it
yeah.
to be bulimic.
Yeah.
And then like when they're pranking Jerry was like duct taping his balls and stuff and like
Oh yeah.
hiding in the closet and all that stuff. It was hilarious. And
Yeah,
then
dude, I felt so bad, and that's why Rick helped him out because he was like they were all messing with him so bad, and then he ran his test to find out that, oh man, are you peeking right now? And Jerry was guessing everything
with the
right.
boxes.
Yeah, I would put my penis in that box. And then,
Like you don't have to say you put your penis, just say right or left.
and
Right
then
box,
he's all
left
like,
box.
and then he scans himself. He goes, I'll most likely put my what was it? Like, I'm most likely to take a shit on a balloon as much as I'm willing to turn into a dolphin. And then he's all like,
It
wait,
makes no
those are-
sense.
yeah, he's all like, those are options. Everything is an option.
That's when they go to Panda Express because that's where their cookie was from. You find out there's like this whole like drug
DEA,
kind of
yeah.
DEA drug trade thing going on, and they think Rick's DEA and Rick's not. Rick's like, no, we just need the truck to go to Panda Express.
Yeah, well, where you get your cookies from, so we can find out where these are coming from. So
they get to the headquarters, and then everywhere there's cameras. Rick's like, even the cameras have cameras.
Yeah,
You
right.
can't.
And then they do the Sailor Moon transformation.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, it's a save budget cost, so we can do it
Yeah.
again if we ever had to animate it. Uh, and then the rest of this episode just funny to just see Rick fight. Like when he fought the security guard that was doing like the Liu Kang bicycle kick,
Yeah.
and then he whoops Rick's ass because he ate the fortune cookie. Like, oh, you'll win your fight or whatever.
Yeah.
And pretty much Jerry's immortal because he doesn't have
He hasn't
his fortune is
finished his
not resolved.
yeah, he
Yeah,
hasn't resolved it, so he can't die. So Rick uses it as a shield, and then all the people use his fortune cookies to level up. And then what was it? Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
pretty much
Just the the fight scenes in there are just hilarious too. Like he goes, "Oh, I can't die." The other one was like, "Oh, all my shots are headshots." So Jerry uses him and shoots all the other people, and then
yeah.
kills them.
The guy that like sticks to walls.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
like when the wormhole opens up, and then
It
he
rips this. Yeah,
yeah, he gets ripped apart. And then the guy who says the guy's fortune's like, oh, I can't die. So he gets shot up. He's like, oh my god, I feel everything.
yeah. He gets tortured instead.
Yeah. And then like all the random ones, like the guy that gets turned to like a Megazord dinosaur. He's like, oh, I'm the son of God, and he like runs off. And like pretty much this whole thing happens is because like there's like this lady who is doing like these business meetings and stuff like that, and with the fortune cookies and stuff. And so hers is like, she'll be the richest woman in the world, and Rick ruins it by like selling her stocks and then buying it back, and so she
Yeah.
loses everything. And then you find out the fortune cookies are made from an alien that's like pooping with
Makes the
like
fortune come true.
yeah, it's his powers, and that the guy that's taking care of the alien wants to like sleep with the alien too, and he gets eaten. They bring Jerry's mom, and then like he's so afraid of the fortune happening, and then Rick's also trying to save like the alien because he wants to
that
use it.
power. Yeah.
Yeah. And did
Yeah, I
you
love
notice
the
that?
part.
Oh god.
Oh no, I was gonna say I love the part when Jerry was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna have sex with her." He goes, "Oh," Rick says, "Oh, if it comes to it, I'll put a bullet in her head." And then Rick's like, "Oh wait, the fortune didn't say she had to be alive."
That's so fucked up. Did you notice when Rick was eating all like the unfulfilled or like the unfinished fortunes? Like that's when he pulled the "You'll make a friend."
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because he ate that one. That's why he
yeah.
ate it because he wasn't planning on making a friend.
Making a friend, yeah. Fucking Jerry.
So they pretty much save the operation. Jerry does one more transformation, which is hilarious because they I guess see it came back. It was useful. So Jerry being trying to pay back Rick was like, hey, Rick, I want to thank you for helping me. Here's another fortune, and then it's like it was a thank you from Jerry.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for being like, thank you so much, friend. And that's when Rick snaps like, friend, you just call me friend. I was immortal. I was immortal until you said that.
Until you said that, and then he slaps him at the end. He just
Yeah. That's why I love this too, because he slapped him in Night Family, and he slapped him again in this episode. It was back to back.
Oh,
He was
man,
so mad at Jerry.
That's so funny, man. That was a great episode.
We won't go through Knights of the Sun because honestly, that episode was kind of meh. I just
The
liked
only
it because
The thing that I loved about the episode was when Rick was like, "Oh man, I'll support you 15% more, and you'll feel it." And then Morty's is like, at the end when he's helping him out, he's like, What's wrong with you? Why are you being so supportive?" And this is because he's programmed to be 15% more supportive to Morty.
that's honestly the best part of that episode because
It's just like when he finds out, "Oh, you gotta chop the penis off," he goes, "Yeah, never
he doesn't
mind.
want to do it.
Yeah, what do I return the sword at?" And everything. He's like, "What do you return?" And he just keeps leveling up. He kills the king, and then they're like, "Oh no, he's the king now, but he has his penis. How is this gonna work?" And then he explains to them, "Oh no, like so we chopped our penis off for no reason."
Like it's funny 'cause when he fought the king, like Rick gave him the AI sword, and he's like, "Oh, it has the downloaded
Blade.
fight scenes from Blade, so it
Yeah.
fights like Blade."
Oh, this is where he's fighting Deacon Frost.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, for me I think that was the funny part of it. It's just like the knights are so stupid, and then they go to war over the scepter.
Yeah.
And
Well, and the knights couldn't die, so they were on heroin the whole time.
oh yeah,
Yeah, they were on drugs the whole time. And then the fight for the scepters, all the planets were like fighting for the scepter. Like the moment one grabbed one hand, and like the hands were like going on the scepter, and you see the other person for the other planet like poke the eyes of the other one. Did you see that
Yeah.
part? that they
Yeah.
poke their eyes out. Like, it's so stupid, and like it becomes like this technological Dune-esque war, like where they
Yeah.
have all these like all these advanced technologies, and
Yeah. And
Morty
planets
has to
basically
come and
fighting each other. Yeah.
Morty has to stop the war, and then and so once they save the galaxy from this useless what did Rick call it? He's like, you started Universal World War One or something like that.
Yeah.
What did he call it? I wrote it down. He just started the plans to declare war. Solar War One. That's what he called it. He started Solar War One. Man. And then like they just keep fighting, and then like the knights couldn't OD, and then when Morty had to come back as king, they had all those machines to test to make sure he had
Verify him, so he's like
to verify the penis.
Yeah.
And so they like, oh, we have this machine to make sure that you don't have a fake penis, and then we have another one to make sure you don't have nanites.
Yeah. And I love the part where he's like, "You can read my mind, right?"
Oh yeah, because Rick put the chip in Morty, and they can speak through telepathy because the satellite. And then Morty, as they're running, Rick tells like, "Hey, we don't gotta use it no more. Like, we're running."
Yeah.
And then pretty much the end of this episode, they do the vat of acid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you get that call back,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
do the vat of acid episode. Because even I think Morty called him out in it too. He's like, "You're always doing this fucked up shit to me. Like, is this another vat of acid? You know, like." And then just Rick was genuinely trying to be nice to him.
Yeah.
And so they pretty much fake their deaths, and then they go back on the sun to make sure everything's in order. And then
Yeah. The
like
story
one of the
they
knights,
told of Morty. Yeah.
yeah, and one of the knights catches them, and they're like, "Well, you tell us, no one's gonna believe you." Like, all right, whatever. And he leaves.
Yeah.
But also, there's also celebrity cameos in here too, where you see there's Jack Black and Daniel Radcliffe in this episode.
Oh, who are they?
Yeah. I think they were the Knights of the Sun. I think they
Oh.
were one of
Oh,
those
I
guys.
didn't- now I
Their
have to go back
names
and
are in the
re-listen to
credits.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
I have to re-listen to that.
When I saw that, I could hear Daniel Radcliffe. I wasn't sure which one was Jack Black. I think Jack Black was the one that looks like Sam from Game of Thrones. I think that was Jack Black.
Oh, okay.
I think that was him. And then like you see the end credits was funny as hell too, because as you see a space cop come, or not time cop, yeah, like a universal cop come by.
Oh yeah.
And he saves the little hot dogs,
Yeah.
and he sets them free. He's like, man, I'm surprised they survived. I didn't think that they'd make it. And he gets taken by a bird.
Bird. Yeah.
He becomes the food, which is the ironic part of that. But yeah, and then it goes to the finale, man. Like pretty much, it's a Christmas episode. I thought this finale was kind of like I wasn't too big on it. Like I thought it was funny. I just like that it picked up from Knights of the Sun, like where you learn the truth that like the reason why Rick was nice to Morty was because it was a robot. It was not Rick. It was not Rick.
Because Rick, the real Rick, was so he was trying to find Prime Rick the whole time, so he had to have a robot Rick there to basically fulfill his duties there with the family. And so you just see this robot Rick like being so supportive, and it's just funny, like he just can't tell their family that he's a robot. So what was the game they played? Like, oh yeah, we'll play a game where it
Guess the robot.
Guess the robot.
Guess the robot.
you're a robot, yes, but I can't say that though.
he just wants to have like this assurance that like the family doesn't think that he's a robot.
Yeah.
And then when they
goes,
find out that he is a robot, they kill him.
Yeah. And then he's like, oh no, I feel just like a human. I feel everything. And I love the gifts that he gave to. He gave Jerry the what was that? Oh, the movie.
Oh, that movie with all the streets.
Yeah. And it's an extended version. Yeah.
Just the guy going down each street. Oh, I'm at this street. I'm at this street.
And then he gave Morty the lightsaber.
Yeah, he gave him a real lightsaber. Even then, the president gets mad because the president wants
the lightsaber, and that's basically what triggered all the fighting too, because they dropped the lightsaber vertical, and it goes all the way down to Earth, and then they had Rick can't help. That's how they find out the other Rick, because he avoids going to I forgot what level. And he keeps telling him, no, we got to go lower. And then they're like, no, don't go to that level. And so when they go to that level, that's when he finds Rick in there.
Yeah.
And Rick's all like, you had one job. And he's like, you gave him a lightsaber? What's wrong with you?
What kind of fucking gift is that? I wouldn't give him one, you know? Like,
yeah.
I do like that Rick called out Robot Rick and was like, dude, like, oh no, he called out Morty. It's like, you know why I didn't help you? Because you said I was boring.
Oh
like,
yeah.
He calls it like the whole Night of the Sun thing. You didn't like what I was doing, so I was like, fuck it. I gave you this supportive Rick to help you, and that's why. And Morty's just so mad. Like, dude, like you were never with us this whole time. And they have like this little beef that happens. And because Rick gets mad because the president shows up in his lab.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then,
and they start like touching all his stuff, and then what did
yeah,
he say? I mean, if you touch my stuff, you'll die or something. Or
yeah. And also he has that level where the sushi's at.
oh
He's
yeah,
like, you have a sushi restaurant in your lab. So that was pretty funny. And then yeah, like they go and try to find the lightsaber, and then he goes to Italy. No, they did. Was it? Did he go to
Paris.
Italy?
I think it was Paris or Italy, one of those, and then
Oh no,
it
no, they
fails.
made another lightsaber because Rick had his Sith lightsaber, the red one, and had
Oh
AI.
yeah, yeah, it was fighting. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
going
and
to
if
dig to go get it.
yeah, it refused to listen to Rick and it started killing people. And then yeah, pretty much, you see this hate that the president has because he talks about how he doesn't like Star Wars, but he's like a Star Wars geek and he just hates
Yeah,
that
he's the
Disney
biggest Star
ruined the
Wars.
trilogies.
Yeah, and he had it, like when he dropped the lightsaber and it was going to Earth and he couldn't save it. He leaves Earth to
Oh yeah,
escape
with
it
the
being
White House in
yeah.
space. He's
And
like,
then
oh
they destroyed the robot Rick, but then they had to use robot Rick to bring him back to life to help him get the lightsaber back. But it's funny because he just kept trying to die. Like he just
yeah.
wants to die, and they keep bringing him back to life.
Like, he stayed under the door and then Rick Morty
Yeah. Oh
pulled him.
no, I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah. And like you see the president fight Morty, and he has all these like robots and Star Wars stuff. He's like, I have a droid with lightsaber eyes. Like, oh shit, he can't see. Then he has the Gatling gun with the little lightsabers, and then all those
Lightsabers.
lightsabers fall vertically, like
Yeah.
perfectly fucking vertical. It's so stupid. And then pretty much at the end of this episode, man, that's when you see Rick reveal his what he was doing, and it was trying to find Prime Rick. And it's like when he on his computer, you see that he's like, "Oh, I got you," and then it just more dots everywhere. And so
Yeah.
it's just showing that Prime Rick is impossible to find, at least at this moment. And then it ends with Rick like, "Yeah, it's season 7, we're gonna find him, Morty," and pretty much that's it. And then the end credits for this one, back another poopy butthole one, where he's like, "Yeah, I started lifting weights after I got divorced, and nothing hits harder than the gym," and then he breaks his legs trying to do the squat. And that's pretty much season 6, man. Like I said, this season, I thought I really enjoyed this first half. The second half, it was a bit harder to watch. But what did you think overall, Bobby? Would you say this is around like season 4, or did you like it like how you did season 5?
I mean, I liked it a lot. I mean, like I said, as long as I can remember the episodes, like this one, I didn't have to rewatch a lot. That's why I remembered it pretty well. So this
Yeah.
one, I didn't have to rewatch too much. A lot of it just came back muscle memory whenever I was watching it. So that's why I think it was a pretty decent season. I find a lot of it funny. So
Yeah, it's also sad because this is the last season that we have, or should I say sad? But it's also the last season we have the original voice of Rick and Morty.
oh yeah,
Yeah, because Justin Roiland had his controversial stuff happen, and then season 7, when we do that review, that's the new voices for Rick and Morty.
But like
I don't
even
know.
at that, the only way you can tell a difference if you actually like know it and you're actually
Yeah,
paying attention to it. Because like the only difference is that for me personally, I can only hear the difference when some of the stuff they say. Like I feel like the original voice actor, they had the wittier, quicker responses to things versus this
yeah,
one they weren't too witty and everything. So, but it wasn't bad though. So
yeah. It's not bad, but I think season 7 sounded more like they were trying to impersonate Justin Roiland,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
season
exactly.
season 8 was more like they kind of found their like
The
they found a
groove.
good balance
Yeah,
of the
for
Rick and
sure.
Morty voices. Like for me, I can it's definitely an obvious tell. Like with initially with Rick, like Rick sounded a lot different. He sounds
Yeah,
like an octave a little bit lower. Morty, the guy that does Morty's voice, he's doing okay. Then he has his moments where like it doesn't sound like Morty, and then it goes back to sounding like Morty. So that it's season
inconsistent.
7 was a little bit more. I guess they were still trying to find like their role, or not role, but more like their vocal point
The
of
tone. Yeah.
the tones for the characters. So I let them slide on that. But yeah, I started watching season 7 earlier, so we'll talk about that when we can. Hopefully, we can try to get that recorded before Christmas, and then that way we can knock out season 8 after New Year's, and then get on to the last 3 episodes of Spoiler Force. So if you made it this far to the podcast or this episode, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Bobby, again, thank you for talking about Rick and Morty, man. Like, I can't believe we're almost done, dude. Like, we're almost done with the show, just talking about the episodes and reviews. It's been super fun just talking about this stuff and laughing about this. So if you're listening to this episode now, go back and listen to our season 1 review, season 2, and the rest. Like, you'll see like why me and Bobby love this show so much. It's absolutely hilarious, and I cannot wait. Yeah, but I guess that's pretty much it, man. Just continue to listen to the episodes when they come out, and I'll try to get these episodes out quickly as I can. I know there's been people who are like already asking, when are you going to drop that Mix in the Dark episode? I'm like, oh shit.
Oh,
So that's how I kind of want to get through this real quick. I'm pretty sure we'll get through seasons 7 and 8 pretty quick, just
yeah.
because like they're the newer stuff. So, but I gotta say that I season 8 is gonna be a rough watch for me because
Really,
I'd
I
say
actually liked it. I mean, there
season
wasn't
8
that.
is. Mm,
I mean, I liked it personally. There's not that many good ones, but then they had a lot of good stories in there. So
yeah.
I personally liked it too. So
Yeah. I mean, and we talked about it before, like the whole change of like since the dinosaurs ruined the whole Rick and Morty, like evil Morty situation, they closed up the rift. So like all of our we talked about the last episode, all the things we were like predicting went out the window because the
yeah,
dinosaurs ruined it. So we have like we're like every theory that we had, like, oh, evil Morty, or we're gonna get evil Jerry and all this stuff. What's beyond the infinite, what was it, the infinite void that Rick has,
yeah,
that's gone, that's all done because the dinosaurs fixed it.
that fixed the rift. Yeah,
But yeah, just continue to listen to these episodes. Bobby, again, thank you so much for being on the show. Continue to support the podcast until it's done. Make sure you check out the previous episodes. Again, go check out Mix in the Dark. Go check out the Cartoon Chronicles. Go check out Animation Destination. Their podcasts are really fun and great. And this is pretty much it. Episode 195 of Spoiler Force Podcast. Thank you guys and have a great day.